Hello and welcome to Skills to Pay the Bills. I'm your host, Tia Young. Our returning guest has been preparing delicious meals since she was 6 years old. She started out making scrambled eggs with her father. Today, she is a chef extraordinaire. After receiving her bachelor's and master's degrees, she also received an AAS in culinary arts from the Art Institution of Washington. She is the president of the AIW Culinary Club, winner of AIW Iron Chef competition. She was a Food Network Cupcake Wars contestant and has been featured on Fox News. Some of her distinguished clients are NASA, Exchange Store, Department of the Interior, Department of Labor, Ronald Reagan Building, Government Service Administration, Sony Online Entertainment, Staples, TV One, and Comcast Sportsnet. Please meet the new host of the weekly segment, Lynnette's Cakes and Catering, Chef Lynnette Jackson. Lynnette, hi.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
That's a double thing. So thanks for being here and thanks for hosting a segment.
Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
That's good. Well, Lynnette, what are you going to be preparing for us today?
Today we're going to make a Parmesan crusted salmon, a mixed green salad with some of my farmer's market vegetables with the balsamic vinaigrette.
Yum, yum.
Exactly. And a fruit and cake trifle, which is a layered dessert with pound cake, fresh fruit, and whipped cream.
Very good. So
Very
let's
delicious.
get started.
Alrighty, so we're going to start with our salmon.
Okay.
The salmon needs to cook halfway first. So one thing about cooking, I always tell myself, I want to make everything ready at the same time. So I try to schedule everything out. So at the end, everything's on the table, ready to go, and still hot.
Okay, we're going to test it.
We're going to see if it works.
Right.
So I'm going to grab my salmon really quickly out of the refrigerator. And this is about a 1 pound piece of salmon. It'll feed about 2 or 3 people. Okay. So if you have more guests coming, you just want to get a bigger piece of salmon. Okay. Basically, so. I have a baking sheet here, and I've covered it with a little bit of parchment paper. You can also use foil if you like, or just use a foil pan, something disposable. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on the pan, just so that the salmon skin doesn't stick to the pan. Wow. And just use my finger to kind of spread it out a little bit. I have a beautiful piece of salmon here.
I know, I want to see. I can't wait. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, really?
Salmon. I love salmon.
I love salmon.
Yes.
You know, salmon is so versatile.
Yes.
You know, you can prepare it this way. I like to prepare it sometimes with a little bit of onion and garlic and thyme under it, and then just bake it. It's really good. So I'm going to lay the salmon right there. Going to get rid of this. It's right here. And then I like to put a little bit of butter on top of it. You don't have to season it with any salt and pepper because the Parmesan cheese in the crust is salty enough. And there are also some fresh herbs in there. So we're just going to use a little bit of butter just to keep it nice and moist and add a little bit of flavor. And I also bake, so I love butter.
Right, I love butter too. So you don't really have to salt and pepper, because that's what I do. I get that salt and pepper and start sprinkling.
Well, depending on how you prepare it. Because of the preparation today, the Parmesan cheese is really salty. Okay. So we're going to let that shine through. Oh, but if you were going to prepare it just with salt and pepper, generally I just use salt, pepper, a little bit of butter, and fresh lemon juice. Okay. So depending on how you're making it, that's how you season it. It depends on it. Okay, got One thing I did forget to do, and I'm going to do it really quickly. Let me just move this to the side. When you get salmon, you just want to run your finger sometimes along the seams. You do? To make sure there are no bones. Oh. Sometimes they have these long pin bones in them. One day I actually almost choked on one, so I'm really a stickler for just making sure those bones aren't there. They're really long and really thin.
I learned something today. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just want, and you can feel them. If they're there, they're kind of raised up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven.
All right.
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes, that's not very long.
We're going to cook it halfway. Okay. And then once we put the crumb topping on top, we're going to cook it the other half. Okay. Yep, so let me wash my hands, and then we're going to actually start on dessert. Oh, okay. We're going to make a mixed berry trifle, and the berries and the trifle needs to sit in the sugar for about 20 or 30 minutes. It's called macerate. It's a process where some of the liquid from the berries come out. So we want to get that started now.
Look at those berries, wow.
Oh, yeah.
And the blueberries, wow, look at that.
I love it. You know, right now, peaches are actually in season, so that's another thing that you can use for the same dessert. What we'll talk about a little bit later is that this dessert is very versatile. If you wanted to use peaches or, you know, any other kind of fruit, pineapples, you can do that depending on what you want to do for your event. Right. So we just want to slice these up. Okay. And I just slice the top off like that. When I make smoothies at home, I actually leave the top on because it's good for digestion. Right. So.
And I'm watching you. You slice each one the same way. So do you learn that in chef school? Because I just get it and I just start you know, slicing away.
You know what? I actually learned at a bakery that I used to work at.
Really?
They used to
Okay.
always tell us that they wanted the strawberry to still have a similar shape to what it already has when you cut your
okay.
cake slice. So
All right.
they always taught us to do it this way, and I'll slow down on the next one just to show you how I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut this off.
Okay, that's
Then we're gonna cut it lengthwise,
Uh-huh.
and then just cut it just like this, and you get nice slices. You
Okay.
see? Just do one more, and then we're gonna add our other fruit and our sugar, and let this sit in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. If you were using something like peaches, like I mentioned before, you may want to cook them a little bit. Or apples would be really good.
Yes. Look, doesn't that look good?
I love it already. I could eat it just like this over
I
yogurt.
could eat it just like that, yeah.
And then I'm going to add a few tablespoons of sugar, and this really depends on how sweet you like it. Keep in mind that berries, although they're naturally sweet, raspberries are a little bit sour, so you may want to add a little teeny bit more sugar just to be sure.
Can you substitute anything else other than sugar, like honey, for a dessert like this?
You can do honey, you can do a liqueur, you know, if you want to do
okay.
that. Another good thing would be maybe like some, you probably can, but mandarin oranges, and you can use like a Grand Marnier over top of it if you wanted to do that. Anything you like. So honey would work, agave would work. You can even use fruit juice.
Fruit juice.
If you wanted, say you were doing sliced pineapples, you can choose pineapple juice.
Choose to put
something like that, yeah.
Oh, that's
So just mix
beautiful.
it up, and you can see right now the sugar's kind of coating it, but as it sits, the liquid will kind of form in the bottom of the bowl.
Wow.
Yep, and that's going to be good because that pound cake is going to soak up that juice,
Oh.
and it's going to be so good. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator.
Okay.
And let that sit there. So later on, we're going to layer this. I'm going to put this back for now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're
Yeah,
gonna leave
because if
this-
you don't, I'm going to reach over.
I know. And I think I'll be
take
right with
one.
you, so I wouldn't mind at all. So while that's sitting, I want to talk about the topping for the salmon.
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to get that prepared so that when that salmon comes out, we can go ahead and put the crust onto the salmon.
Okay.
All right. So I have my ingredients.
You just make
here.
it look so easy.
You know what? Cooking really is easy, to be honest with you. And a lot of it is left to your own creativity. You know, so it's really not stressful. A lot of times we make cooking really, really stressful, and it's really not.
Yeah.
You know, we go to the farmers markets a lot, and I speak about that a lot. We have all these beautiful vegetables, and then you can just come home, you get inspired, just make what you like, you know, what you think will taste
This
good.
is so very, very nice. And you get this at the local farmers
Yes.
market here in this area.
Definitely, yep.
This is really beautiful, beautiful basket.
Yeah, and it's really fun because you can come home and just be creative. You know, whatever it is that you want to eat, just make it, you know.
She says that. Just make it.
I know. My mom always says that. It never comes out like yours. So for the salmon, for the topping, we're going to use Parmesan cheese. That's grated. You can grate your own, or you can just buy it already grated. We're going to use panko, which is a Japanese breadcrumb. I like these a lot because they're lighter. They're not as heavy. They don't have any flavor. They kind of just pick up the flavor for what it is that you're making. These lemons are actually for garnish a little bit later. We have some fresh garlic cloves that are already peeled. And then we have parsley, fresh parsley, which you can also get at the farmer's market.
Yes.
I wrap it like this. If you notice, it's inside of a bag and it has a wet paper towel around the base of it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're watering your garden, so to speak. It's kind of like you're keeping them alive, nice and fresh.
Moistened,
So when
yeah.
you bring your herbs home from the market, grocery store, wherever you get them from, it's best to wash them to get all the dirt off of them because they do grow from the ground. And then you take a wet paper towel and just wrap it around the base and then leave them in the bag in the refrigerator.
Wow.
And then when you're ready to use them, they're already ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. So it works out really, really well.
I'm learning so much today. And
Oh.
I thought I was a pretty good cook. But
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. So we're going to take a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And like I said, that piece is about 1 pound. So if you were going to do a 2-pound piece to feed a lot more people,
Right.
you would just double the recipe.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
And it's a very easy recipe to double. Sometimes when people make crusted salmon, they'll also smear it with a little bit of Dijon mustard. So I use the butter, but you can use Dijon mustard if you like, and that gives it even more of a pungent taste.
Right.
You know, Dijon mustard is really, really good. So you can do that and then put your crust ingredients on top.
Now, is it very hard? I know you said that was a Japanese type of product. So is that hard to find?
Oh, no, not at all.
That's not hard
Not
to
at all.
find in the
You
store.
can find it at just about every grocery store, and if not, an international farmer's market.
Okay.
I mean, international
Okay.
market, I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're going to put 1 garlic clove in, and then a small handful of fresh parsley.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
So I'm going to cut this on. It's going to make a little bit of noise, so
Okay.
just going to pulse it. It takes just a few seconds to come together. My food processor will cooperate. Let's see here. Alrighty.
There you go.
Snap it in, and then and you notice it's starting to take on that nice green color from the parsley.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Smells really good, but you know what? I think it needs a little bit more garlic, actually. I'm going to go ahead and
Put
add
that
this.
extra
Yep.
clove in there.
A lot of people use their nose when they're cooking. It tells a lot about the food. It's ready to go. And basically what you're trying to do is just incorporate your ingredients evenly so that every bite of the salmon has a taste of each ingredient. You don't want a person to get a chunk of garlic, a chunk of parsley, a chunk of this, and not everything mixed together, because that makes the dish.
I know.
When
And
it
then
all
they say,
comes
what
together.
is this?
Exactly. So here we have our topping, right here.
It's very beautiful.
I love it. And it smells so delicious. You can actually smell the ingredients.
See.
It smells really, really good.
Right, right.
Yes. So I'm going to move this to the side.
Okay.
And then I guess we'll take a short break, and then we'll add this to our salmon.
That will be perfect. We are going to take a short station break, but we'll be right back after these important announcements. So don't touch that dial.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
You're watching Skills to Pay the Bills, and our special guest today is Chef Lynnette Jackson of Lynnette's Cakes and Catering. Lynnette, where do we go from here?
Alrighty, I smell our salmon, so
Okay.
it's telling me that it's halfway ready. So we're going to get it out of the oven.
It does smell wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Ooh. Wow.
So you
it's
can
a
see-
beautiful piece of meat.
Oh yeah. I'm excited
Fish,
about
actually
it.
fish.
I'm excited about it. So we have our butter. You see it's melted. The salmon looks like it's halfway done. We're going to take our topping. Just sprinkle it
And that's
over.
just straight from the blender.
Yep.
Straight from
We've
the
transferred it
blender.
to a little bowl just to make it a little bit easier.
That's beautiful.
And then you're just going to pat it on.
Look at that. Oh, I love that color.
Oh yeah, that
Against
parsley.
the pink. Oh, wow.
Mhm. That parsley is beautiful in there. And it smells so good. It
It
makes me want to eat it
does.
just like this, but
Oh.
it's better when it's brown. I will contain myself. What I like about this, once it bakes, sometimes these little bits around the edge get kind of brown and crispy, and
Oh,
I just
yeah.
put those on my salmon. It's so good. So this is enough right here.
Okay.
And then you have a little bit extra. You can actually keep this in your refrigerator for about a week. So say you want to make it again, just make it again later on in the week. Put a lid on it, and it's good to go.
And you know, I'm thinking that we just about have everything ready almost. So you can
Definitely.
do this in 30 minutes. If you had a
Definitely.
rough day at the office and you're having friends over, you can put something together in 30 minutes. dinner.
Exactly. And we made it from scratch. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. It doesn't
Yeah.
take long to prepare a great meal.
Wow.
And you'll look like a rock star in the kitchen, which is always important. So we're going to put this back in for about 10 more minutes. I'm going
Okay.
to wash my hands
Okay.
one more time. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and make our salad dressing.
Okay.
Get our salad ingredients together, and then the dessert. By then, the salmon should be ready to go.
Okay.
So
I love it. This is fun.
as long as the salmon plays nice, we'll be good to go. Wipe my area down. Let me grab the ingredients for the salad dressing. It's a very simple salad dressing. It's actually the only salad dressing that I eat because I love it so much. A few ingredients: olive oil, balsamic vinegar, honey, and Italian seasoning. That's all it takes.
Honey. Wow.
Yep.
I love honey.
That's all it takes to make this. And you can find honey at the farmer's market also. One interesting thing about this salad dressing is that we're using the balsamic vinegar as an acidic portion of the salad dressing. You could also use another type of vinegar, or you can use like a juice if you want, like a pineapple vinaigrette or raspberry vinaigrette. You can use orange, you can use lemon, you can use lime.
Wow, that is versatile. It's
Very versatile. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of balsamic. And it depends on how sour you want it, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
If you wanted to add a little bit of extra balsamic.
So it looks like, what, about 1/4 of a cup maybe?
About 1/4 of a cup, maybe a little bit less. Then a little bit of honey.
Wow.
I kind of just eyeball it. But you can always use a fork or a spoon to taste it and adjust it before you put it on your salad.
Yeah.
A little bit of Italian seasoning. You can also add like garlic salt or garlic powder to this if you like, or even chopped garlic if you wanted to add kind of like a little bit of kick to it.
Oh, look at that. I call it earth colors.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Looks really good. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil. It's a little bit thick, so.
What
which
about,
signifies,
can you add hot peppers to it?
You can do that if you like.
If you like, yeah.
If you feel adventurous.
I feel adventurous.
You can do that. But let's say you did like a lime vinaigrette and maybe a little bit of hot sauce or something to it, and maybe over some tacos or a Mexican salad or something like that. That would be really, really good.
That looks wonderful.
So we're going to set this to the side. I'm going to grab our vegetables out of the refrigerator.
Okay.
And then we're just going to start to toss the salad ingredients, but we're going to put the dressing on last because you don't want soggy salad.
Okay, that's what makes the salad soggy, is when you put the dressing on too early.
Exactly, when you leave it on too early. Alrighty, we have a lot of beautiful vegetables right here.
Yeah, right from the farmer's market, right?
And all I did, I just took the liberty of prepping them beforehand. One thing I did want to show is that these green beans, I just blanched these in a little bit of salted water very quickly, maybe 5 minutes. And by blanch, I mean bring the water to a boil, drop them in, take them out 5 minutes later, and then they're ready to go. Wow. So I'm gonna grab, sorry for turning my back, I'm gonna grab this tongs, add a little bit of red bell peppers, a little bit of cucumber, a little bit of these green beans, and I tossed a little bit of olive oil on them and a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper on them.
Okay, so that's already got seasoning on it, right?
A little bit of shredded carrots. And then these tomatoes. I have cherry tomatoes and regular tomatoes, vine ripe tomatoes. I love those yellow ones because they're actually really, really sweet. I eat those for breakfast. Alrighty, so we're gonna move this, leave our salad to the side. A green bean got away. And while we're waiting, we're gonna go ahead and assemble our dessert.
Okay.
Leave our salad ingredients to the side. And you see how everything is ready to go.
It's ready to go.
That's the whole purpose of it.
So it does help to pre-cut and have things already ready for
Definitely.
you. I can see.
Sometimes people will actually pre-cut things one day a week. So say on Sunday, you pre-cut everything and then you just have them throughout the week. If you want to make stir fry, you want to make salad, whatever it is that you want to make, it's pretty ready to go. So I'm going to grab our fruit that we put sugar on earlier.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at the juice.
Yep, in the bottom.
Yeah.
And that pound cake is already ready to be, to soak it all up. So I have 2 different kind of glasses here. You can pick whatever thing you like. Even if it's a plastic cup, it's fine, as long as it's clear.
I'll pick the biggest. I'll pick the largest one.
Exactly. Put a few pieces in the bottom. And it's a layered dessert. It's like a dessert lasagna, so to speak.
Okay.
We're going to use a spoon with no holes because we want that juice. It's already looking delicious.
Oh, look at that. Yummy, yum.
And like I was saying before, if you wanted to use peaches or oranges or soak the cake with a little bit of Grand Marnier or framboise, anything you like, you can do that.
Look at that.
A little bit of, and this is just Cool Whip.
Yeah, look at that. That's so beautiful. That's a beautiful dish.
This makes me look super talented, and it's very, very easy.
Yeah. Well, I can see, I think I can even do this.
Everybody
And that's just pound cake that you slice?
This is a lemon pound cake. I actually made a big pound cake the other day. I had batter left over. I baked it in a small loaf pan, and I have it ready for this dessert.
I got to ask you about the batter for desserts. What do you say about a person that still, when they're baking a cake, they eat half the batter?
You know what? A lot of people like that.
That's me. I eat half the batter.
The batter tastes so good. Sometimes when we're making batter, it tastes like ice cream to me, so I understand where you're coming from. A little bit more fruit.
That looks really wonderful.
And you see how simple it is. It's not difficult at all. Like that. A little dollop of whipped cream on top. And if you wanted, you can garnish it with a little bit of fresh mint, which will look really, really
beautiful.
Pretty. Yes.
Look at the color.
Yep. So let me put those out. Move these out of the way. Dessert is done.
Look at that. I love it. That's so beautiful.
And so simple to prepare. Just using ingredients that you may have lying around. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and toss our salad.
Okay.
And we're going to take our salmon out, and I think we'll be good to go.
Look at that. Okay.
So we have our dressing. Just going to pour it over like this. You may not need all of it. You can leave some to the side.
Look at that. Oh,
And this, I just love this.
this is beautiful.
I just love
Look
this.
at that. Oh, wow.
It's ready to go. Let me get a serving bowl for it.
Okay.
We want to serve it family style, which means everybody can choose from the same dish. And if you use a delicate hand when you pile it in the bowl, you get a nice mound. Everything seems to fall,
right
so
in
perfectly.
place. Yes. Oh, wow. Look at that.
This is a restaurant in your home.
Yes, it is. That's beautiful.
Put a little bit more. And then I'm going to get the salmon out the oven, and we should be good to go.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
And perfect timing because we have just a few more minutes
Sure.
left. Look at that.
Put this over
I
here.
had I was wondering earlier if we were going to make it. Because this seems like a lot of food.
It does. It really does.
Look at that. Oh, wow.
And you can smell the herbs and the garlic.
That is so beautiful.
The serving dish for it. Let me get a spatula,
Okay.
and then we're done. Get some parsley, some lemon wedges, and then everybody can season it to their liking. I'm gonna hold the paper so the salmon doesn't break in half on me. Come on. Put that right on your serving dish.
Look at that.
Take a few lemon wedges.
Plating is so important and
It is.
so
You eat with your
visible.
eyes first.
Yeah, you're right.
A little bit of parsley. And we are done.
Bon appetit. Look at that. That is
Dinner
beautiful.
in 30 minutes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Chef Lynnette. This is just so beautiful. I mean, I can't wait to dig in. But I do have a few questions that I'd like to ask you. One of them, how can our viewers request your catering services? What is the process that they need to go through?
Okay. They can visit us on our website at www.cheflynnette.com. From there, we have an inquiry little section. Just send an email and we'll get back to you within 24 hours.
Okay, that's good. And then this is a question, this is a burning question that I have just had because I know that you were on the Cupcake Wars. And I want to know, what was that experience like?
You know what? It was the best, most stressful situation of my whole life.
The best and most stressful.
Exactly, if that even makes sense. The thing about Cupcake Wars is that, you know, we bake all the time in our kitchen. But when you're being timed and you have a specific mystery ingredient that you have to use, you have other teams of bakers running past your station, you have cameras everywhere, it's a totally different experience. And even, I think the most seasoned baker can even get really stressed out and mess up in that situation.
Right. What about the judges? Are they pretty, I mean, because sometimes it looks like they're maybe harder on one contestant than they are on others. I don't know if that's a personality clash with some of the...
They can be a little bit tough. They can be a little bit tough. And you want to say to them sometimes, you know there are like 100 cameras on me, right? You know I'm being timed.
And I've never done this before.
Yeah,
I've
you
never
know there's
done
a
TV
mystery
before.
ingredient. You want to say that, but you really can't. They're a little bit tough, but rightfully so, because everybody on the show, they're seasoned bakers, and you know, you should be able to handle whatever's thrown at you.
That's true.
What they're
That
thinking.
is true, and that's what they're thinking probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you know, I'm curious also, what size of staff do you have and what are their goals? What is it that you have them assigned to do? when they're
We
working?
have a small staff now, about 5 of us.
Okay.
We have one that assists us with baking. We have one that assists with frosting cupcakes. We have an administrative assistant. We have one that assists with sales. I have a business partner, Gregory, who does everything that I do and more.
And he's great. I've met Gregory. He's fine. He's fantastic.
Really, really, really. He really helps with the daily operations. He's, trains everybody and gets them ready to come into the kitchen or into the office. He's an accountant. So, I mean, he's really, really an all-around great person.
Right. That's good. That's good to have. That's
Definitely.
good to have. And the other question that I wanted to ask you is about when you get large jobs, is it hard to bring in other staff to help you? It
wouldn't be. There are a lot of companies that have temporary staff, so we can always call them, get
Anytime.
a few people that can help us out, and we'll be good to go.
And you're good to go.
And they're already trained in this industry.
Well, I want to thank you so much. It has just been a pleasure. So thank you so much. Please join Chef Lynnette next week as she demonstrates and educates us on the joys of cooking and eating. Have a great, good, and healthy eating week. Bye-bye.